This podcast is brought to you by Place Pros, commercial and investment real estate, and NicoTour.boutique, your one-stop shop for everything cool.
This?
Do it.
I'm sipping on this hardcore. I gotta wet my whistle.
I gotta wet my whistle too.
I didn't bring anything to wet my whistle. I'm super unprepared. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. You're gonna get cotton mouth.
Yeah, you'll be known as dry your whistle.
Yeah.
Everybody quiet your whistle, you're dry.
You want some?
No, thank you.
Sure.
What, you don't do chia seeds?
I've never even seen this, to be honest.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
They're like, it's almost like boba in a way.
Oh,
Where
Yeah.
I
those
love
chia seeds
boba.
are just like slightly jelly.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not like boba where it's like gets over encumbersome sometimes where it's
I don't
like
know what you're talking about. I love me some boba.
I love boba too. Sometimes they're just like overwhelming. Just sometimes. Not all
when
the
you
time.
like accidentally like
Mhm.
suck one in.
Yeah, you can't do that with this.
Also, what is in a boba?
What is
I've always wondered that.
hopes and
It's
dreams?
gotta be that like red number 40 shit we were
It's
talking
probably
about.
gotta be.
I will look the other way. All right, we are here with SIKE, Tanner, and Ryan. Good to meet both of you.
Good to meet,
Good to meet
too.
you.
Oh, do you want to put your headphones on?
I have headphones.
Oh yeah, they're under you.
Yeah, above your knee.
Oh.
Ryan, you're the lead singer, yeah?
Yes.
And Tanner, you do drums
I do,
mostly.
yes.
But you started telling me about low growls and high growls.
Yeah, so not only do I do drums, but I also do all the backing tracks, obviously with Ryan's assistance too.
Right.
And then I also do low growls, harmonies, and now easing my way into high growls and
That's
high
cool.
fries.
So for people that don't know, you guys are like a heavy metal band. Is that how you describe yourselves?
How would you?
Because there's a
you've-
tinge
you've
of
nailed
like,
it down.
Oh, dang it.
what is it? Because it's
Yeah.
a little beachy sometimes. It's a little surfy.
Yeah.
A little bit. We get that question, and we've had that question since we started like 6 years ago, and we never really know how to answer. We cop out with, oh, we're a rock band or we're hardcore. We
Surfcore.
surfcore. We've heard
Surfcore.
surfcore. We've heard like new punk.
Yeah.
There's a little punk in there.
We're a rock band.
Okay.
And we have a lot of influences, and we just make music that sounds good. We don't really care about like, oh, we're trying to sound like this or that. Yeah, I'd say we're just a rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
'Cause I
really
don't know how to
encompasses
answer.
it.
What are some historical metal bands that you guys grew up listening to,
Oh
or
man,
like
that's so
like-
easy.
what is it?
For us, I know mutually is Bring Me the Horizon. They play a
Easily.
lot of influence on our sound
Mm.
and the direction that we enjoy going into. Personally, I really enjoy Underoath. I like how they incorporate some of their electronics, especially in their album Erase Me. It's such a good album that diverts from a lot of their main stuff, but goes into a really interesting territory that I've personally really enjoy. There's another band called 68, which comes from the guitar/singer Josh Scoggin, who's played in other countless metal bands like The Chariot. That band's been a super big influence on myself.
Those are all of them. Literally,
Yeah.
I would say like every single one of those bands.
So I'm curious about this low growl, high growl. Is that like historically what like a staple in the genre of the music you guys play in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Can you guys each give me a high growl?
Ooh,
Oh gosh. Okay, we'll have to back up from the mic a little bit.
that would be. Ooh.
All right, give me your best. Yeah, I don't even warmed up for this.
No, I didn't warm up for this either. This is gonna be tough.
It's raw.
Do you want to
Yeah.
go first?
Okay, I'll go first. I'm trying to find like that headspace to get into
Because
before.
you're practicing how to get into your highs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, for a high. Yeah!
I'm awake.
It's 10 a.m.
It's 10 a.m.
and I'll do the ooh, like the lower,
Yeah.
lower growl.
Yeah.
That's cool.
To do a high one, I would have to. It would clear this room. I'm not gonna do that to you
Okay.
guys.
Thank you. My ears appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that's super cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you guys grow up in Melbourne?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up in Palm Bay. It's
Palm
essentially
Bay.
Melbourne.
Yeah,
but,
totally. Brevard.
But yeah, this area definitely.
Yeah. You guys went to high school here?
Mhm.
Which high school?
I went to Bayside.
I went to O'Galley.
How was it? How?
High school experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like just went through it.
Yeah.
Nothing really too special, I would say.
No.
It's just.
How far removed are you from those years?
Oh my God, my graduation was 8 years ago.
8. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Mine was 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty far removed.
Yeah.
When did you guys meet? Was it in high school or after?
It was in high school.
I had just graduated, and you
I was still
were
in.
about to. You were about to go into your senior year when we met.
Yeah.
Where did you guys meet?
We were actually. You were in a band already.
Yeah.
And their guitarist sucked, and they kicked him out.
What?
And
Yeah.
then through mutual friends that we'd had, they were like, "Oh, this guy Ryan." Actually, the old guitarist was also named Ryan. They were like, "You should get this guy in." And Tanner was in that band, and I went to pick him up for a practice one day, and we had never met in person before, but we were in the same band, and I picked him up, and like immediately we just like started talking like we've known each other for years, and
Oh, cool.
ever since then we've been in multiple bands together before SIKE.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was like 2015, I think.
Yeah, that was 2015.
And then we started several bands, none of them really worked, and then we started SIKE in like the summer of 2018, so we're coming up on like 6 years, I think, of SIKE.
Yeah, 6 years in June.
What do you think
Yeah.
makes this one work?
Less people.
Less people.
Oh.
100%.
So what gets you kicked out of a band, Tanner?
So I've never been kicked out. I've only ever stayed until
Oh.
the bitter ends of every single one,
Okay.
or left on
Mm.
my own terms.
Okay.
But what gets you kicked out of a band is consistency of not being consistent.
Yes.
Not
Not showing up.
not only just not showing up, but not molding well with everybody else.
Ego.
Yeah, it could be ego, and it could just straight up be just personality. Sometimes it just doesn't fit. Sometimes people can work through that and settle their differences and being like, oh yeah, I'm just working with this person. But for Ryan and I, it's very important that we mesh well together. If either of us are having a bad day, we let each other know and we work through it together.
Oh, nice.
If we ever have any differences, we mediate it. We come to a nice compromise. And with other people who we have had, that's been a very difficult thing to work through. With us, it keeps it simple.
So have had meaning like your past bands.
Mhm,
There's
mhm.
no room for a third or a fourth in this SIKE.
Yeah, we've considered it at one point, but
Yeah.
that was quickly pushed under. We like the dynamic of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've had many people over the years be like, "Oh, like, do you guys need a bassist?" And very, very, very talented people.
Yeah.
And we were always like, "No." Even if they're very talented people, it's the dynamic of how this works and has been working for so long.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin that.
Yeah.
It's been going so well for so long.
Mhm.
Good. It's like bringing a third into the bedroom.
Yeah.
It might fuck
Exactly.
everything up, right? Who does like the writing of the lyrics?
It's
Is collaboration or mainly you, Ryan?
for years it's been me primarily, but recently it's been a little bit more collaboration.
And why is that?
Do you mean like why is there more collaboration
Yeah.
recently?
Well, yeah. Why did you sort of open up that?
I'm kind of a megalomaniac when it comes to creativity, and I recognize that. And Tanner's increasingly been so much. He's always been a very, very impressive musician, but he's just been opening up so much more even than he already was. And as a vocalist, as a lyricist, as a songwriter, and it's just felt like it was time.
Yeah.
And there's one song we just recently wrote that he just wrote all the lyrics for. Like
Oh, really?
Yeah.
usually
Good for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, go Tanner. We've always had we write the music first, and then like I'll really just mess with the lyrics alone for a long time. And I did that for this song, and then Tanner hit me up. He's like, "Hey, I got lyrics for the song." And I was like, "What? Like all of them?" And he sent it to me, and I had lyrics, and I was like, delete. Trash.
Wow.
And they're great. They're really, really good.
What do you guys usually sing about?
A lot of the subject matter is like soured relationships, whether it's romantic or personal, or betrayal is a huge theme through our lyrical content. A lot of just like things that happen to us.
Yeah.
Like, or like the bad things that really happen to us is
Yeah.
like our therapy, cathartic way of getting it like worked out, which
Yeah.
has always actually felt amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's beyond like relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also like just like also life situations, you know.
Can you give me an
sometimes-
example?
Oh man.
Yeah, like our song "Scratching My Eyes Out." I wrote that around the time COVID started happening, and everyone was inside and everyone was going stir crazy, and
Yeah.
that was about just like kind of losing my mind. Like, I couldn't really work that much. I was like not seeing a lot of people. I lost like a significant amount of weight. It was a crazy time, and you
Yeah.
went crazy. And that song was just about like kind of just being like low key losing it,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
feeling like I'm slipping. I'm slipping a lot. I'm not doing good.
That's cool. What about girls?
Mm.
Are there girls in your lives right now?
Yes.
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 Okay. But
Um,
it's new?
No.
It's old.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Okay.
It's been a off and on thing for close to like a year and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
Have you written anything about this particular person?
No.
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 No. You think you will in the future?
Maybe.
Does she want you to?
I don't. I'd have to ask. I would have to ask.
What about you, Tanner?
Not in particular.
Not in particular.
Right now, I'm personally taking it easy on my strides in life.
Yeah.
In terms of the writing about people, that's a very good point. I try to make it a point not to write about people
Right.
that I know.
It can get ugly, right?
It can, yeah. Especially if you write like a big love song about somebody, and they're like, "Oh my God, you mean so much to me, the world." And then like if things split, then you're like, "Ooh,
let's record it."
Now I have this song about this person
then
that
you-
I don't
Yeah.
quite feel that way."
Yeah.
But the same also goes for the other way around, about a song about hating somebody.
Yeah.
In particular, like because if you come around to being like, you know what, I actually still like this person regardless of everything. I mean, that's also like a case by case thing.
Yeah.
But if it's like specifically maybe about, you know, if something has turned like sour in a relationship, and then you're like, oh man, this sucks, and then you're like, you know what, I actually still kind of care for this person. It's just the situation
So
was
you don't want
bad.
to diss them.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't it feel good though sometimes? Like you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
like scream things out loud.
Yeah.
It's cathartic.
Mhm.
It helps, but you're never aiming that energy at a particular person.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. All right. Watch out,
There's
people.
case by case.
I've got a couple of diss tracks.
Yeah?
In fact, I'd say a lot of them are diss tracks actually.
oh my
But
God.
like for long time ago, like a lot of these songs are old about people I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's safe.
It's safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't do it if someone's currently in my life, or if it's just like we're mad at each other at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like doors shut, nails are in the coffin, like we're done.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Better words than me.
I'm still
Right.
just waking up.
Yeah. Got it together.
So yeah, you're still waking up. What do you guys do when you're not playing? You guys must have, you know,
Oh, yeah, you
Cor-
go first on this one.
jobs or
Jobs.
hobbies outside of the music.
I've got right now I'm just in school. I have a job. I just drive for Papa John's, which is pretty good money actually. And then when I'm not doing that, it's literally like spending time with the female companion we've referenced before, or just spending time with my son.
Oh, you have a son.
I do, yeah.
Wow. How old is he?
He just turned 2.5.
Oh, you gotta love that age.
It's great.
Yeah.
He will not stop talking.
Yes. And they won't. They
No.
won't. I have an 8-year-old and I have to I used to put earbuds in because it was overwhelming to the senses.
Oh my God.
But I didn't want to be mean, so I'll be like, let me just have a little piece for 30 minutes, and then
Right.
I'll take him out, and it'll feel better.
Yeah.
Do you live with your son, or do you share him?
Split.
Yeah.
Split. I get him like the second half of the week.
That's nice.
Yeah.
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 Get a little break in between.
It's very nice. Yeah.
That's
'cause
cool.
When I'm with him, I love him so much.
Yeah.
And then like by the last day, I'm like, all right.
It's time.
You've been saying like Spider-Man Halloween for like 3 days now. I've watched this episode 30 times.
Yeah.
It's good, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
can we watch Puppy Dog Pals or something?
Switch it up a bit.
Yeah.
Do you guys have roommates? Or you guys live alone?
I live in my grandparents' house with my brother, sister-in-law, and their 2 kids.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So you have some kids in your life too.
Oh, I also have my own daughter too.
You do?
Yes.
Oh my god! How's that? How is she?
It's all
She's
coming out.
wonderful. Yeah, she's beautiful.
How old is she?
She's a year old.
Okay. You
and
guys are in
a
the
couple
top
months.
phase.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in the early stages.
It gets easier, guys.
I needed that.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
from the very early age. Yeah, it's definitely.
yeah.
I can feel it's getting
Well,
easier.
it goes like this, right?
Mhm.
You know, the more they grow, you know, you can kind of stop holding their hand and communicate better,
Mhm.
and the crying might stop.
Yeah, for the most part, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he'll like get on top of a table and fall and be like, ah. And I'll be like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. While he's still crying, I'll be like, all right, buddy, you got it.
Are you guys seeing any musically inclined talents? I mean, they're really young, but do you guys like put a drum set in front of them or anything?
My daughter really, really loves the Wiggles, so I think there's some potential there.
There you go.
She's already wiggling at like a year old, so you know the pipeline of wiggling to musician it's such a strong pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a direct like
Yeah.
80-mile-per-hour bright line right there.
Yeah, the bright line might hit somebody, right?
A family of 5. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's so much.
Yeah, that thing keeps hitting people.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
hungry.
Like, it's
It
hungry.
needs souls.
Do you
yeah.
guys follow that account on Instagram about it?
there's an account on Instagram.
Yeah.
I've
That's a
heard
little
about
too
it.
morbid.
They
for
call
me.
it, yeah, Murder Train. He's hungry.
Bright light must eat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Every time I see it, I just go like, oh, there it goes to get another family of 5. Like,
Yeah, it's like on a weekly basis.
on a
Yeah.
weekly basis.
I think so. I mean,
That's-
like, I'm not totally exaggerating.
I mean,
no, I think you're right. I think you're 100% right.
Yeah.
It's like a new problem. It just keeps hitting people.
it's
which
hit
is
like
funny.
over
It's on a
100 people
track.
since
it's on a track.
people try to go through it really fast.
Well, I think that's a
That's-
problem for Florida.
yeah, no,
Louder.
definitely a lot of Florida men out there.
Not much more anymore, I guess.
Well, about 100 less.
About 134 left.
You got the number.
We need the
Last time I
statistics on the
checked.
stat.
All right, so both of you are young dads.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me.
Dilfs, if you will. Sorry.
You could call us Dad Rock if you'd want.
Dilfs. What do you do as a job besides?
Oh God. So I say that in a loving way because I like to over-encumber myself with just a bunch of different things. So I do like Uber Eats deliveries at night. During the day, I give music lessons over at Music and Arts.
Nice.
I'm currently in development with a new project called Mosaic Music, which is a small company focused on giving lessons to every individual, no matter skill set or age range,
Nice.
while also planning to put on events and special occasions that are all related to music.
That's nice.
And then on my own accord, I also write video game music in my free time.
Get out.
Yeah. So I keep myself busy. Oh, and then I also perform with the Space Coast Symphony Orchestra.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
Busy boy over
Busy
here.
boy.
Absolutely busy.
Wow. So when you write stuff for video games,
Mm-hmm.
how do you just put it up on like a hosting site and people will pick, I want that one and that one? Or how does that work?
I usually get people come to me,
Okay.
usually with my online presence,
Yeah.
where I, like, on Twitter, or if you want to call it X,
I don't.
nobody calls it X. That was such a decision.
What's your handle so people can find you?
It is RUKYDEER, and if you find me there, you can contact me for video game music I've composed for. Specifically, right now, I work with Sky Hour Works. We made games such as How Exora, The Skies Abound, a game called A Nightmarish Trip, some game jams like Pat Cat, and then also another one called Space Mech Pilot. There's a couple other games that we
Jeez.
have in the works,
That's
and then I'm also working with another studio right now, which with a in development game that I don't know if I can say too much about.
Okay.
But all these are relatively small companies, nothing big or crazy.
But you've really tapped into the different avenues like a musician can
yeah.
take.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's impressive.
Other than SIKE and my video game music and working with the orchestra, I also have two of my own projects called Car Crash Victims, which is a emo shoegaze post-rock band, and another one called Mechanical Canine, which is a jungle, hyper-pop, electronic, crazy project.
And these are all they're side bands?
Mhm.
And Ryan, you're cool with that?
I just have this. This is it. I was in another band a little bit ago for a little bit, but it's just like I actually was kicked out of that band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What'd you do?
I didn't show up, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is I love those guys, but that's not true. No, there's weird stuff behind the scenes with like a guitarist and like my
Yeah.
girl drama.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
that band has like they kicked me out and then they immediately stopped like doing
Playing.
things
Oh, that sucks.
for not having enough time. But
we all don't have enough time.
yeah, no one does. But no, aside from that, I mean, you had also had other side projects before your Mechanical Canine and Car Crash.
Yeah.
Tanner was a man called Ectogasm years ago.
Yeah.
So I've been cool with the side pieces for a while. I'm just like, we'll keep
You
this
do
an open
you.
relationship. Just
Oh,
Yeah.
as long as you come home to daddy.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. So I have my little side piece action with Underbite. And honestly, like we've just been doing this together for so long.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, SIKE is
It's-
home base.
Yeah,
That's
Sike's
good.
home base.
SIKE is home base. It's main priority for me. All the other side projects I do are just to get that ADHD brain part
Yeah.
of me out. Like, I need to work on this, but this doesn't apply to SIKE, so I'm going to go off and do my own thing with it just so I can get it out of my system.
Yeah, I hear you.
Mhm.
I think I'm like that too. I have like
Yeah.
15 projects, and it's like 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
And then I lose interest, and I have to go to the next
Oh,
one.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you guys think you guys are like a yin yang, like opposites?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
1,000%.
1,000%.
Like
We
in
have
what ways?
nothing in common. This is the one thing we have in common, but I also feel like we wouldn't have worked if we were much
the same.
more. Yeah, if we were much
Mhm.
more similar,
Yeah.
and like we know when to not be around each other too much,
Yes.
which I feel like is the problem with like almost all like band, personal, romantic relationships. Like at least in my personal experience, just spending too much time.
Yeah.
Like we come to practice, we tear it up, we have our shows, we go crazy, and then we're like, all right, we'll see you at the next practice.
Mhm.
And that's been the vibe for 9 years.
Yeah.
And we're still writing, playing, like recording, no signs of slowing down.
So, yeah, your concerts probably get really intense. Yeah. What is the craziest thing that has happened during
Well-
a concert?
Well, funny enough you say this.
Very
Ryan,
funny
take
enough.
it over.
The other night,
The other night.
Nice.
we were playing the Stamp at Vero. I love the Stamp.
Such a good venue.
It's a violent little venue. It's a crappy little dive bar, I say with love. And you get like 30 to 40 people in there, and it's the most violent thing you've ever seen. People are like sitting on the bar. Dudes are just like, Did you see the dude do the backflip?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he backflipped almost into you.
Oh my god.
Like in the pit.
What is the age range here?
Anywhere from like early 20s to like 40s, probably. Actually, there was an older man in a wheelchair.
Yes.
Next to the side of the pit. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
I talked to him after the show. He was like, "Yeah, people were trying to protect me. Do they not see all these tattoos on my arms? I got myself."
yeah. Where do you see yourself in 40 years?
Yeah,
there.
Um,
But it was towards the end of our set, and there's moshing going on. It's
Yeah.
not abnormal. And then it got a little intense,
Yeah.
and two dudes started swinging on each other like real hard, like linebacker looking like 6'2", 6'3" dudes. And I was like, "Hey, can you stop? Can you not do that?"
Do you say that in the microphone?
Oh yeah.
This is the only time I would have, because any other time at moshing, I'm not gonna stop that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But like I saw like several fists flying. It was like 4 or 5 people got involved,
Ew.
and I was like, "All right, we're not going to do that. Like this is now hurting the show. Please." I know there's probably other metal bands that are like, "Yeah, that's awesome."
Yeah.
Like it's cool until a point, but other people there that aren't feeling that kills the show.
yeah.
So I it was towards the end of the song, so I didn't have to
Mhm.
stop, but we didn't continue the set until it finished. I was like, "All right, figure this out. Like not at my show. Someone go over there, someone go over there. Figure it out, or don't come back, or we'll stop playing."
Yeah.
Like we only had one song left anyway.
Right.
But yeah, no, the fist fight, that was pretty cool.
Has anybody have you needed to call an ambulance or anything?
Not yet.
Not yet.
There was another show we played in Vero years ago where we played similar, like small show but violent show, and afterwards a girl walked up to me with just blood running out of her nose, and she was like, "That show was awesome. I had such a good time." I'm like, "Are you okay? Do you know what's going on?" And she's like, "Yes, I do. I got hit like the beginning of the set." And I was like,
Oh my
should
gosh.
"Take an Advil or something."
Totally.
It's like
Do you guys have like stage 5 clingers, like fans that are just it's an old reference for you too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just went.
Yeah, whoop.
Wedding crashers?
No, it was
Are those wedding
it was
crashers?
no, oh, was it? I was
I've seen
thinking
Wedding
it
Crashers.
was
Owen Wilson?
Wayne's World,
Oh, yeah.
right? That's the original. Am I wrong?
Stage 5 cleaner.
Yeah, there was. So have you guys seen Wayne's World?
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Okay, well, yeah, they had like this fan that was crazy,
Oh, a crazed fan.
crazed fan, girl in particular.
Crazed? Not exactly.
So maybe just a stage 1 cleaner?
Yeah,
Like
3
you
or
have
4.
your groupies,
yeah.
and
Group.
then
You guys have
like, those
groupies?
No, we don't.
stalkers.
You guys don't see like the same faces.
I mean,
Ryan does.
do you? No, no. We see some repeat faces,
Yes, we
and
do.
it's been 6 years. Like we've seen some repeat people that are interested. Over time, gone away.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but no. For this will go public. No.
So nobody's ever like given you their phone number after the show or anything?
One time somebody did for me.
Yeah.
That was awkward.
You didn't call them?
No, they were like, "Hey, can my friend give oh my god, I can't speak." They're like, "Hey, can you like give me your number?" And I was like, at first I was like, "Oh my gosh, they're being really friendly." And then it kicked in on me, and I was like, at the time I was like, "I'm in a relationship. I'm sorry, no." And still thinking about it now, I probably wouldn't, just because I feel like there's a weird air about that.
Right.
Of like somebody like coming to the show and being like, "Hey."
But even if
let
they
me
were
get your
super
number.
cute, or does that not matter?
I think that still would waver on me.
Really?
I'd have to give it some time to think about it. Yeah, because I don't know. If somebody's like coming to the show to see you and enjoy you, and a somehow relationship forms from that, to me it feels a little awkward, because it's
'Cause
like,
you're being idolized.
yeah, and I feel like that would continue through like a non-performative setting
Yeah.
where it's like,
That's wise.
yeah. So it's like if I like wake up the next morning and I'm just doing my daily thing of being myself, and they're still like,
Starry-eyed.
yeah, then it kind of,
Well, where do you guys meet girls then, or significant others?
I will say I do kind of have to poke in. I was like, oh no, not really. I met my baby mama at a SIKE show. yeah, the mother of my child. She came to a SIKE show.
She passed you the number, or how did that go?
We were both dating people at the time.
Oh man.
We hated those people.
Okay.
But we're not, gonna mess around. But it started just. I was not numbers, but like following on like Instagram or Snapchat. That's like the in for I feel like people.
DMs.
It is.
DMs, yeah.
DMs are the ends.
Or even just like slightly over time, like follow and then I like here, like there, like a story there. I'll swipe up on this here, and then before you know it, you have like a 2.5-year-old with them.
Yeah, that's actually also the similar story with me on how my daughter came to be. It was. They were really good with it. They were really sneaky. She came to a show where I wasn't even doing a SIKE show. I was actually like guest starring on one of my buddy sets and playing synthesizer for them. And she came to the show and like had been like watching SIKE for a hot minute, and they posted like something up on Facebook, and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh. We talked about it, and then they messaged me and they're like, so what was that instrument you were playing up there? Damn well knowing exactly what that instrument was.
Right.
And they got me on the gear talk, and we started a long conversation, and then next thing you know it, boom.
Yeah.
There's a daughter.
You're meeting up.
Yep.
Do you guys have good relationships with them though?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You got to, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Gotta make it work.
They're great moms.
Yeah, they're
That's
great
good.
moms.
Shout out to Alexa and Mackenzie. They're
Yeah.
incredible mothers.
Yeah, I could not have asked for a better
Oh,
mother
good.
Yeah,
for my child.
Ditto.
Do they still come to the shows?
No.
Mackenzie does every now and then.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Babysitters.
She did bring Tyler to a SIKE show. My son.
my
Oh,
gosh.
really?
Yeah, back in October.
Did you have to wear headphones?
No, it was at the Yogali Civic Center. Did he wear headphones? I don't remember.
I think he did.
He
I
might
thought I
have.
saw him.
He might have worn headphones. Yeah, he was. It's actually the day before he turned 2. And we all sang
Happy
happy birthday.
Yeah.
It was the coolest
That's
set we've ever
cute.
played. It was cool.
Mm.
But yeah, we're all cool. It's
Yeah.
all love.
That's
Everybody
great.
still loves each other.
Good. All right, I want to play a game with you guys. As
I
you
love it.
know or may not know, Nyla Lois was the one who nominated you guys to be on the
Mhm.
show. So we're going to play a little game called Nyla Wants to Know.
Oh,
All
let's
right.
do it. Let's do it.
Hold on, here we go.
All right, there's a few questions for you.
All right.
What style of music did you start playing at first?
Oh,
That's a good question.
that is.
Yeah.
How would we describe it?
Like we as a band or we personally? Like
Both.
Why not both?
both. Okay, so both. I first started playing in bands playing like just covers, like radio rock, like Foo Fighters or Creed. Here, but I'd say we started playing like almost like kind of indie, alternative, like grungy when we started.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to a lot of Strokes and like Guns N' Roses, like dad rock.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Personally, first starting out, yeah, I was doing a lot of like indie rock stuff too. And also dabbling in like emo. I was doing like my own drum covers in my garage with like a camera set up. Those are hidden somewhere in the vault. But yeah, for SIKE starting out, it was very, I would say almost like experimental rock in a way, because we had I was playing synthesizers with my left hand and drums with my right hand. Yeah,
Talking
I had
about
like
ADD.
yeah, seriously. The ADHD was crazy. It still is, but that was the undiagnosed period.
Yeah. It's your superpower.
It really is. It really comes in handy. In other days, it is so detrimental. But yeah, at first it was like electronic indie, like post grunge, and now it's definitely that weird rock, electronic, hardcore, metalcore, every other core. It's just us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to put a label on it. If you want to put an umbrella term, it's rock, but if you want to get into specifics, we have no idea.
Dadcore.
Dadcore. What are your top 3 favorite bands currently? I know we talked about a little bit like influenced,
That's a
but
good one.
what
Currently?
yeah.
Oh man, I was about to say I gotta pull up my
Pull up my
Spotify for this one.
I give you one. I'm always listening to the pop punk band The Story So Far. They were huge when I was in high school, and I still love them. A lot of like my lyrical things. Well, I went to Instagram. What am I doing? That's not even close.
Checking your DM.
Gotta check them.
Oh man.
Top 3 current favorite artists.
Oh, I'm going through a big Alice in Chains phase.
Okay.
And I'm going back to Title Fight. I'm getting into Title Fight for the first time.
We're so over.
Yeah, Title Fight. Yeah, they were like a 2010s like emo hardcore band. And all like the music snob friends I have always been like, yeah, Title Fight, and I've never listened to them too much.
But now
God,
they got you.
They're
Okay.
This is
so
gonna be
freaking good.
a very eclectic 3 that I have.
Okay, what you got?
First one is Scuttle Fuzz. They're a very indie electronic bedroom pop band.
I like that name.
It's such a good name.
Scuttlefuzz is cool.
Scuttle Fuzz is really cool. There's a local band called Funeral Homes. They're a shoegaze band. Super good. And I think lastly, for top 3, recently, Keonashi.
Keonashi.
Yeah, Keonashi.
Japanese?
No. They are like a slam hardcore band.
Okay.
And the vocalist has some really wild high pitched screams that you won't find anywhere else. But they're very, at first everybody's a little bit taken aback by the band because the vocals really off put, but once you get into the lyrics and meanings and like really digging like what it's all about, and if you can get past that first initial phase of like culture shock almost,
Yeah.
then you can really enjoy it. It's a really slamming band.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, Nyla wants to know, how old were you when you learned how to play your music or your instruments?
Oh God.
Like 11.
11?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got into Guitar Hero at first.
Is
And
that how it happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
It
was
is.
a kid on my street when I was growing up. He was like the rich kid.
Uh-huh.
And he always had the cool stuff on Christmas. So like Christmas morning, I opened my things and I was like, this sucks. And then I went to Raymond's house and he got Guitar Hero. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I got really, really good at that. And then I was like, can I have a guitar? Can I have a guitar? My dad was like, no.
Uh-huh.
And then I kept bothering him, and he bought me like a Fender Starcaster. And that was, I was like 10 or 11. Sucked at it for
Nice.
like a long time. I still suck at it. It's been 17 years.
You're good enough, right?
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah.
I'm good enough to trick people that don't know how to play it.
That's funny. What about you?
I follow the same exact pipeline, but with a little bit of alteration in there. I started out Guitar Hero 3 on the Wii,
Yes.
which sucked because the DLC was so limited. Like, I think it only
Yeah.
came with like the pre-built in-game DLC and not like any additional ones you can get from the store. So it's like
Yeah.
I would later go on YouTube and be like, how are people playing these songs? Like, I don't have these songs. So after Guitar Hero 3, I feel like my parents knew that I was very musically inclined. So during one Christmas, they bought me Rock Band 1. And then,
Hard.
yeah, I went from guitar immediately to drums. And that's all I would
Oh.
play is I would just keep playing the drums. And then as the years went on, like Rock Band 3 came out and they got the cymbal attachments with it. My parents bought me like an upgraded Rock Band foot pedal.
Damn.
And I was souped up with that kit. And the great thing about Rock Band is actually a lot, like I would say like 90% of the notes are pretty accurate to an actual drum set. They even have like,
So it translates well.
it translates very well.
Interesting.
There's even some individuals who have made Rock Band Guitar Hero-esque games on the computer with custom songs and maps. And you can plug in like your Rock Band and Guitar Hero controllers into those onto your
Very
computer
interesting.
and still keep learning.
That's so cool. I'm trying to get my daughter to appreciate music, and
Mhm.
and you know, like it's valuable to know an instrument.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this. I remember playing too, and you feel like a fucking rock star. So
Mhm.
it's a good feeling.
It's electrifying.
Yes,
really is.
That's what we're doing this summer.
Nice.
Thank you, boys.
Absolutely.
All right, Nyla wants to know, what's the best advice you have for young musicians besides this rock band theory that we've made up here?
Rock band theory is a very good one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just play.
Yeah.
Just play and suck. Just be really bad and but
Mhm.
don't stop. Just keep going. Suck and suck and suck and suck and suck, and then one day you just won't.
Yeah.
If you keep doing it, you will have to get better at
Yeah.
some point. We've bombed a million bajillion times over the course of our entire music life.
We've had a saying now in psych is like, if a show doesn't go wrong, it wasn't a psych show.
No, yeah, we'll have technical problems every single show.
Really?
Yeah.
Every single
Yeah.
show, but we've learned to navigate that and honestly kind of make it work for us and like
Mhm.
make it light. And then when we go back in, it feels like kind of even better because it's like, oh yeah, like this can suck, but
Mhm.
now we jumped back on. So yeah, just keep playing. Just keep
Okay.
playing.
Just
Play
playing.
live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Playing in front of people like kind of is a real like fight or flight. It can be really
Yes.
good or really
Mhm.
probably really bad at first, but you'll know you'll feel the I suck and I'm not doing well, and that's a bad feeling, and you'll immediately like, how do I get this better? And you'll be analytical about it and you'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
Mhm.
And the next time you suck, it won't hurt as bad.
Yeah.
It
No.
won't sting as bad.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. One more question from Miss Nyla. When's your next gig?
Oh.
We just had our last one scheduled.
Yeah, you guys just
yeah.
played, huh?
What about the
Mhm.
Mexican restaurant? Are we doing that?
I think that's still in works. I gotta hit back up on that. But yeah, I think we're gonna be playing a very small Mexican restaurant venue
In
here in the
town?
future.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
At first when I got that message, I was like, yeah, what? Yeah. I was like, I don't think there's a more perfect venue for psych than a small Mexican restaurant hosting us. I feel like that fits our vibe immensely.
That's super cool. Well, let us know. Tell us how we can get in touch or like be up to date with your happenings.
Yeah. We have social media. We only
Facebook?
we have Facebook. We have we're mostly active on Instagram.
Okay.
To be honest, I think we have a Twitter,
We do.
Or
That
we have an
thing's been
X.
inactive.
but yeah, don't go there.
Okay, so Instagram, what's your handle?
SIKE SIKE_FL. That's it.
Mhm.
Nice. Any parting words, boys?
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank
It
you
was
for coming.
a joy letting
Yeah.
us indulge in ourselves. We don't get interviewed too often, so it's always nice to come up and help tell the world about what we are, what we do, what it is, what it do.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to meet both of you. You guys are awesome.
We needed them to nominate.
Oh, yeah. You guys want to nominate someone?
I'd-
Sit in your chairs?
Who do you want to nominate? Because I have somebody I want to nominate.
You do?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I want to nominate Fields of Saturn.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been one of the most long-standing bands within our history of Brevard, and I would love to hear their brains being picked. Would love to see Fields up here.
Cool.
Their lead singer booked the first psych show
Yeah,
ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Back in like 2018, he
You
booked
guys
the
are
very first.
intertwined.
yeah.
Yeah.
Back at Final Request
Casey
Records.
Gardner's a sweet guy. Yeah.
Love
Alright.
Casey.
All right, Casey. You've been nominated. What about you, Ryan? You want to nominate someone?
Ooh, we get 2 nominations.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 of us.
Because there's 2 of you.
Honestly, who would I like to nominate? I probably will nominate Anthony Salond. He is the guy from Standard Collective. He's also the
Yes.
singer of Easy Uzis.
Beautiful. We'd love to get him in.
He's a great dude. He's been in the scene forever.
Forever.
Standard used to be in the mall. Now it's in O'Galley.
Yep.
And I'm literally like, this is a Standard shirt. This is a Standard hat. He's a great guy. He's a hell of a singer. And
Yeah.
I know,
And he's got major roots here.
yeah,
Back in the Groove Tube days.
Groove Tube.
Oh, you guys don't know about the Groove Tube
No.
world, Jesse.
Before their time.
Before
This
Standard
before-
Collective.
BS before SIKE.
But Anthony's always been the nicest dude, and his band's been great. And Easy Uzis was one of the first big shows we ever played at the now defunct Open Mics. Rest in peace. I think Mike, the bassist, saw us and was like, "Oh, y'all got to open for Easy Uzis," and I was like, "Okay." And yeah, it was the first show we played to like 80 or something people, and they've always been really nice, really supportive. Anthony's a good dude.
All right, cool. Anthony, get your butt in
and
here.
Mike says hello. I was there before today. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have SIKE in. He's like, oh yeah, tell those guys I said Mike, what's up?
Mike!
I love Mike. Every
Love
time
him.
I walk into Apocalypse, he's like, I thought I kicked you guys all out.
He's hilarious.
We're like,
I love him.
please, you can't get rid of us.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, you guys are welcome back anytime you want to promote something. Come on back. It was a pleasure meeting you guys. And thank you.
Thank you.
To be a sponsor or nominate a guest, hit us up on Instagram at local_celebrity_Brevard. Until next time, goodbye.